going to lead them going forward. Let's recap March and April. So now it's May 1st here. When you're viewing this live, it'll be the first week of May. If you're watching this the rest of the week. And this is the April, May recap. We do this last season. We do this every month. We kind of do a bigger recap more than the Orioles report. We'll get to that as far as what the Orioles did during the month as far as recapping the team as well. So what did the team do overall during the course of the month here? So 19-10, you had one win. 19-10, you won the 7. They won 7 out of the last 10 with the victory last night. You are first in the AL East. They are tied for first as with the entire AL as well. I think them and Cleveland, I believe the Guardians are both have the best record total in the entire American League. Now, as far as what does it look like as far as the Orioles? Batting order, Gunner's been leading off. Gunner, I think, is an MVP candidate early this year. That's not hyperbole. He's been terrific. He's had 10 home runs. He's leading the team in home runs and RBIs. His batting average is not quite at 300, around 280. He's awesome. He's been terrific. I think at shortstop, I don't like him as much as other people like him. Again, I like him better at third base, but he's fine at shortstop. I mean, especially considering how much offense you're getting. But no question, definitely an early MVP candidate, Gunnar Henderson. Adley, I love Adley. Adley is one of my favorite players in all of baseball, and I mean it. He's so consistent. I can't. Men in life are consistent is always a thing. Is always a lot of time overlooked. Man comes home, paid bills every day, and for years and years, sometimes they overlook the value of that. A guy who gives you in the lineup every day something, not flashy, not a big home run. Every day he's giving you something. Timely hit, throwing the guy out, blocking the plate, encouraging the runners, knowing the pitching, everything. Adley, so consistent, leading the team in average. Love Adley. Anthony Santander struggled a bit for his standards the first month. A little bit over Mendoza. Had a few home runs, but he's so streaky. So streaky. He plays well at times. Other times he doesn't play well. He'll have a month where he's killing it. In May and June, he might be the best player you ever seen, and then he'll have a whole month. Very streaky. That's consistent with him. Mountie, a little less power I'm seeing, but as a total hitter, I think he's improved a ton. Mountcastle used to swing at so much garbage all the time. No more. He's a total hitter now. He hits better. I think he's kind of sacrificed his power a bit. And I don't mean he can't hit home runs anymore, but the park is bigger and he's a way more selective. So he may get a few less home runs than what he used to get. But it's interesting. Ryan O'Hearn, been terrific this year. Picking right up where he left off last year with good timely hitting. Ryan O'Hearn is doing that. Hey, look, don't play against play against one side of the plate. That's all you have to do. Ryan O'Hearn, forget the lefties. He really doesn't play ball. He doesn't play against lefties. They take him out. It doesn't matter. He's so consistent again. He's a guy who gives you something every day. Good hitting, timely hitting too. I love that. He's hitting at when you need it. Guys on base, certain situations of the game. He's been giving you that. Early Rookie of the Year candidate. So we thought it was going to be Jackson Holiday. It is Colton Cowser. Cooled off a bit in the last week. Moved down to 9 in the batting, but the month he's had, he's just been sensational. Colton Cowser, I definitely think, certainly one of the early candidates for Rookie of the Year, hitting with tremendous power over there. I always saw Colton Cowser as a tremendous player. Cedric Mullins. Bloom off the rose for Cedric, hitting home runs, good defense. It's been solid. I think defensively, he's easily the best defensive outfielder as well in center field. He's hitting for power. Average not quite as high. I don't see as many steals for whatever reason. I think maybe because he's hitting in seventh. But good stuff, I think, overall from Mullins. Westberg, I think, has been fantastic. I don't know what the future plans for him are. He's definitely keeping Colton Cowser in the minors. I had him as player of the week last week. He's been really good. Hits for definite power. Hitting for more power than we thought. Kind of like thought of a guy, maybe he hits 20 home runs the way he's hitting. Very selective. Again, not quite in the Adley category as steady, but I'm seeing a lot of those same traits with him. Every day he's making a good contribution, more than not. Jorge Mateo, now with Jackson Holiday in the minors, most of the time it's being used as second. They're moving him around at several spots. He's been hitting better than Urias. That's why he's in there more. So they're using him more there. Rotation. Corbin hasn't lost a game. He's been fantastic in every start. There's nothing more you could say. He's been terrific. I'm watching I'm sure right now, if you're watching the game split screen or on Twitter following, he's doing great in the game. I haven't checked it yet, but he's doing great. Corbin has been terrific. Grayson, we're going to talk more about here. 4-1, 3.71 ERA. Even I think that's higher than it should. He had the one bad start, but he's been great. I think, except for the one start, I think he's really matched Corbin Burns. I think a lot. He's been very good in all starts as well. He's the future. He's the future. He's the guy that we're going to count on for many years. Dean Kramer, kind of the same. 2-2, 4.19 ERA. He's good and then he's bad. This is kind of what Bradish used to be before his arrival, his awakening rather. He was inconsistent. He's good some starts, and then some starts you see it. But he's usually good. More good than bad. Keeps you usually in the game. Cole Irvin, excellent in his first couple starts. I don't think he's going to be in the rotation here pretty soon, but Irvin's been good. I thought he was very good against Oakland as well. And Suarez, 34 years old, barely played in the majors. 2 great starts. Very good stuff there as well from Suarez. Kimbrel, 7 saves, 1.59 ERA. Bullpen has not been as good as last year. So last year, the bullpen was sensational. The starters, not quite as good. This year, you got the opposite. You're getting a good start, but your bullpen not quite as good. Bullpen's not bad, though. I think this is more doom and gloom than we should have. But they're not quite as good. But I didn't expect it to be quite as good. I mean, last year, I think it's unusual to have a bullpen as good as that 2 straight years. So a little bit doom and gloom, and it's still early. Kimbrel blew the 2 saves. I think he was overworked a bit. Had a little arm thing. Don't know if he's going to go on the IL or not. We'll see. I'm not too worried about it as well. Again, he's not Felix Bautista. He's going to have some nights where he's just not, it's going to be a little bit more shaky at times. He's going to blow 7-8 saves during the course of the year. We didn't get that last year. Cano was pretty good last year. Not quite as good at the start, but he's been decent. I got no problem using him in the 8th inning. It's been pretty good. Danny Colombe has been good. You could argue he's been their most reliable guy in some ways. He has 1 save, 3.10 ERA, 3.18. Jacob Webb. How about Jacob Webb? Fantastic stuff from him. Very underrated. I think they're using him more now in high leverage. I think Brandon Hyde's kind of coming around to how good Jacob Webb is. Mike Baumann. Got to show us something pretty quick here. But Baumann, there's too much competition to be in the 5s. He's kind of fallen out of favor a bit. I don't know if he stays much longer when you get these other guys, when the cavalry comes back in. Ramirez, kind of same. I think he's been better than that number shows and the 9+ ERA shows. Keegan Aiken hasn't been bad. Not bad at all. Again, not using him as much in high leverage, but not too bad. Got some injuries there, but I think a good first month overall.